Just wanted to ask before we start about your team, do you have any thoughts about Mike's situation with the commissioner?
Reinstated?
Yeah, I'm really pleased that Michael's going to have a chance to get back in the NFL. I talked with him about a week and a half ago. I think he's making every effort to get his life back right and make good decisions. I'm firmly pulling for him. I think he's going to have a great story, and that he had a lot, he lost a lot, and now through hard work and dedication and making good decisions, he's going to get back on his feet. And there's a lesson for a lot of young kids there that you got to make decisions and make the right decisions and be with the right people and make your life or get your life successful. So I think he can affect a lot of young people by how he comes back, gets it going, and gets things back right.
How often have you been able to communicate with him in the last few weeks?
Well, like I said, I talked with him about phone, and then I had a couple letters to him while he was away, but so.
Frank, were you disappointed at all that Goodell extended the suspension into the season?
Well, I think the big picture is, however it is, I think there's a lot of takes on that, but I think the big picture is he's going to have a chance, if he does things right, to get back in the NFL, and that's what needs to happen. And I know this, he's very dedicated to doing the things that's going to get him back to that level.
Frank, you ready to play some football now? You got another week of golf and it's football, right?
Yeah, we're ready. They've already got the schedule set, so we probably. No, I'm excited. I'm excited about this football team. I do like this football team. I think being picked where we are, if things are legit, then I think it's an honor to be picked there. And I think it's legit. I do think we got some good football players. I worry about, one worry is, are we mature enough? We were a young team last year, and we're still a young team, but we're an experienced young team, or at least a year in most cases. But I do think we got a chance, but we also know that there's a lot of teams right now that's got a chance. And so then that's what we do from here on out, and hopefully do we stay healthy. And there's a lot of variables that's involved, but I think the fact that we do have an opportunity to be a really good football team, you're very appreciative of that.
Frank, you've had a great run here of all conference, if not all American cornerbacks. Is Virgil ready to step into that role, so to speak? I mean, does he have that kind of potential?
I think so. I think he had some big plays for our football team last year, and I think he's a team that, or he's a kid that makes plays. So yeah, I feel very comfortable with him. I think defensively, coming out of spring, we're about 2 players short, and when we moved Chris Drager from tight end to defensive end, he had a great spring at tight end, and it kind of shows you what kind of kid he is, a very unselfish guy. But I think we've helped our football team, and I think that's one place, defensive end, we were about a player short. So I'm hopeful we solve that one. Now the next place I think is linebacker position, and I think we got some kids. There's a possibility, but somebody needs to step up in preseason there. And if we do, and we stay healthy on defense, I think we got a chance to be a good, solid defense again.
You brought Zach Luckett back. He'd been suspended. He's at third. He's at whip pro now.
Yeah.
I mean, did he deserve another chance, you thought, or?
I think so. He's walking back on the football team, and he knows he's got to earn everything back, and so we give him that opportunity.
There's some buzz building, obviously, beyond the conference that you guys maybe are national title contenders. For you, is that something you want to embrace? Do you want to put it on the table with your team as, yeah, that's a legitimate goal this season, let's go get it, or do you try to downplay the national title talk and just focus in on your conference?
Well, I think you certainly take one step at a time, and And you know, I think starting out with a team like Alabama, I think it's a very exciting opening game. We bought all the tickets we can. They bought all the tickets they can. They tell me if you want to buy one, you got to pay a lot of money right now. And that's good though. That's an exciting start. I firmly believe that you know, you gotta, if you win a game like that, it gives you great energy, it gives you great momentum. If you lose, then you're still not out of it. You know, 2 years ago, we lost to LSU, and then came back the last week of the season. I don't know what it was. I think we were 4th and 2 and 3 lost, and we had a chance to move up to 2. LSU jumped us because they beat us so soundly, and I understood that. I mean, that's the way it was. You know, had we played LSU a little closer in the beginning, you know, we still had a shot at the end. So I think there's reason to play that game. But I think this is the deal. When you say, I think you can't get ahead of yourself. Because, you know, last year I thought there's a lot of us in the ACC that were about the same. And I think every team in the ACC is going to be better. I think most of us got our quarterback back. Most of us were young last year. We kind of took turns of knocking each other off, and we were just fortunate at the end to, you know, play well in the championship, ACC championship game, and the Orange Bowl. But I think there's a lot of teams, and we're just kind of about the same. And whoever steps out of that pack, you know, I think we're a step closer to affecting the national level. Last year, I didn't think we had a great team in the ACC. I think we had a lot of good teams. I think we're all stepping it up a notch, and so I think we're getting closer to affecting the national stage, whichever one comes out of the ACC. So, but, you know, we got a lot of competition there. So,
how much of a bump do you get off that strong finish last year, or is that all ancient history?
No, I think it's all. I think, you know, I'm kind of keep doing what's real, and you know, I think we played well at the end. I think it gained some confidence. I think, like I said earlier, we got a lot of good players coming back. If there's one thing that's out there, it's that we may still be too young overall as a football team, but you know, we'll see where we go with that.
Because they're so young, how do you think they'll handle these expectations? Because you can't hide the fact that everybody's talking about
No, oh, you don't try to. I think you know, I tell them I don't mind high expectations as long as you don't forget what got those high expectations, and that's a lot of togetherness and a lot of hard work and grinding. And the way, you know, I think our summer's going great. Coach Gentry telling me the kids are doing great, and so you know, I think again what's real is we're working hard right now to be a good football team.
This marks the 10-year. This will be the 10-year anniversary. Your last run to the big game. If you look back on it and you really think about it, are there some similarities? Are there major differences between this team, just as you looked at them in the preseason, and the way you looked at that team?
Well, you know, that team, there was still some unknowns, and you know, our quarterback played great that year. Well, I really think Tyrod's in a position to really be an excellent quarterback, and not only because he's a year older. He's not, you know, it's his job, but I think the people around him, you know, I think our offensive line's going to play more consistent. I think our wide receivers, you know, they kind of know where they're going on routes this year. And last year, you know, early in the year particularly, you know, we're all over the place. I think our running back position's more solid. So I think the whole thing around that. But my point would be, we had a quarterback that year that just, you know, it was his first year. And here he goes. And this year, I think we got the quarterback that can really affect this football team. But he's been there a couple of years, so I think that's the same and different a little bit. I think if we get a couple guys on defense, I think we're going to be solid. And we were really solid on defense.